All right, let's talk about something that can feel, well, impossible: building a credit score when you're starting from absolute zero. It's this frustrating puzzle, right? You need credit to get credit. So if you've ever felt stuck in that loop, don't worry. We're going to solve it right now. This is the big one, isn't it? It's that classic chicken or the egg problem. To get a credit card, you need a credit history. But to get a credit history, you need a credit card. It feels like a roadblock. But here's the good news: there is absolutely a way past it. And if this is you, I want you to know you are so not alone. Check out this number. 28 million Americans are what's called credit invisible. That is a huge number of people who are basically financial ghosts. So, what does that term even mean? It's actually pretty simple. It just means the big three credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, have no file on you. Nothing. You've never had a loan, never had a credit card in your name. You're a complete blank slate. And that's our starting point today. So before we can start building anything, we gotta understand what we're building. Let's pull back the curtain and decode how this whole credit score thing actually works. Think of it like learning the rules of the game before you start to play. This is honestly the best way to think about it. Imagine you're back in school. Your credit report, that's your full detailed report card. It has every class, every grade, all the teachers' comments, everything. But your credit score, that's your GPA. It's just one simple 3-digit number that sums it all up for lenders to see at a glance. Now, how is that GPA calculated? Well, here's the secret formula. This is for your FICO score, which is used in almost every lending decision. But just look at those numbers. Payment history is 35%, and credit utilization, which is just how much of your available credit you use, is another 30%. Together, that is a whopping 65% of your entire score. So if you focus on just two things, paying on time and not maxing out your credit, you've already won most of the game. Okay, we've read the rule book. Now it's time to get on the field. Let's talk about your starter pack, the actual tools you're going to use to get this ball rolling. For anyone starting with zero credit, there are 3 really fantastic ways to start. We're going to break each one down, but let's start with the most common and probably the most accessible tool of them all. Yes, the secured credit card. This thing was basically designed for people in this exact situation. It is the ultimate foot in the door to the world of credit. So what makes it different? Well, with a normal, unsecured card, a bank just trusts that you'll pay them back. With a secured card, you give them a small cash deposit first, maybe a couple $100. That deposit becomes your credit limit. See what that does? It takes away all the risk for the bank, which is why they are more than willing to give one to somebody with no credit history. The other tools are great too. You can become an authorized user on a family member's card, but, and this is a big but, you really have to trust their habits because their history becomes part of yours. A credit builder loan is also pretty cool. The bank holds money for you while you make small payments, and once you pay it off, you get the cash. It proves you can pay on time. And finally, some services even let you report payments you're already making, like rent and utilities, to build up your file. Okay, you've got the tools. Now it's all about the strategy. Let's dive into the simple rules you need to follow to make sure that score is always, always climbing. If you remember nothing else, please remember this: pay on time. It is the absolute golden rule. Remember that giant 35% slice of your score we just saw? This is it. Every single on-time payment is a major win. It is the foundation of everything. And here's rule number 2, and it's a biggie. Lenders want to see that you can use credit, not that you depend on it. So the general rule of thumb is to keep your balance below 30% of your credit limit. On a card with a $1,000 limit, you'd want to keep your statement balance under $300. It just shows you're in control. These are the habits that turn a good score into a great one. Use your new card for something small and regular, like a streaming service or gas, and just pay it off in full every month. Also, don't apply for a ton of credit at once. And once you have an account, keep it open as long as you can to build a long history. And finally, check your free credit report every year just to make sure there are no mistakes. Building good credit doesn't happen overnight. So for our last section, let's set some realistic expectations and talk about what your journey is going to look like. This is so important. You're not going to see a huge jump in your score in the first couple of months, and that's totally normal. The system is designed to reward consistent, positive behavior over time, so patience and good habits are your two best friends here. So what does this look like in practice? Well, in month 1, you open that secured card. After about 3 to 6 months of on-time payments, boom, your very first credit score should be generated. Then, by the 1-year mark, you'll have a solid payment history, and a lot of banks might even graduate you to a regular unsecured card and give you your deposit back. Pretty cool, right? So there you have it. You understand the rules, you know the tools, and you are officially in the driver's seat. The journey from being credit invisible to building a strong financial future starts with just one small step. We've just given you the map. Your credit story starts now. The only question is, what's your first move going to be?